nERD bOX.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Popcorn Confessional. It was a busy week for the theaters last week, and we are here to talk about the latest film that we've seen, and that is Here Today.
This was written and directed by Billy Crystal, who also stars in it, and Tiffany Haddish, who plays Emma Page. It's a dramedy about a writer, Charlie Burns, who's played by Billy Crystal, battling a particular dementia caused by Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, also kind of known as mad cow disease. Yeah. And he's attempting to write one last story about his deceased wife before his words run out.
Industry veteran, comedy writer Charlie Burns follows a strict daily routine to cope with his failing mental state and to prolong his independence. And, that includes little things like counting the number of steps that he takes, looking for landmarks when he's walking to work and which way he has to turn. One day at work, he leaves for lunch to meet with a winner of a raffle of an auction to have lunch with him due to his celebrity. And he meets Emma, the winner. She paid only $22 for it.
Actually, her ex-boyfriend did, and she stole the ticket.
We're not going to go into the reason why, but it was a funny way to start that conversation.
Yeah.
Now, during lunch, she has a severe allergic reaction to the seafood plate that she had. It was those Jersey mussels, I'm telling you. And they have to rush her to the hospital, where she tells the doctors that are helping her that Charlie is her father. And the doctor comes out and advises how to take care of Emma for the next few hours after they release her. And he also advises her that she has no insurance. So Charlie has to pay for the medical bills.
After Emma recovers, she vows that she's going to pay back Charlie, even though he says that it's not necessary. Soon we see Charlie with his son Rex, who reminds Charlie that he forgot to respond to his granddaughter's bat mitzvah party invite. Charlie insists that he did, but he said he'll call his daughter to confirm. That's if he can remember where his locker is with his phone.
Yeah, I have that problems and I don't have any kind of diseases.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I am in trouble. Sometimes Charlie's forgetfulness is accompanied with tragic memories of his past, and they are pretty gripping during the film. Mm-hmm. Emma finds Charlie one day at his home so she can begin repaying him, which I thought I didn't expect that in the film.
No.
So she is there to repay him, and she quickly begins to pick up on something not being right with him and questions him. And one of those early questions is like, are you a serial killer? What's with the pictures on the wall and the names? Charlie blows it off and mentions that it is for a project.
They're his family members.
Yes.
And he says that it's for a project that he's working on, and it's how he works. Mm-hmm. So they continue their friendship, and it's not too long until Emma confronts Charlie on his health. And his goals is writing one last story for his wife, Carrie, who had passed away tragically earlier in their marriage. Only he can't find the words to type. So Emma not only promises to be there for him when he needs someone to talk to, but she also helps drive him to write again.
What we learned, too, during this year is that his family doesn't know, so it is a well-kept secret. Mm-hmm. Now, what did you think of the film?
I can't say anything bad about this film. I absolutely loved it. I forgot how funny Billy Crystal is. I haven't seen him in something in such a long time.
Such a genius.
He's just a genius when it comes to his words and the way that he delivers. Yeah, he's just amazing. And the on-screen chemistry between him and Tiffany Haddish comes through really well. It turns out they're friends in real life, and Billy Crystal really respects Tiffany Haddish and wanted her specifically for this role. And that comes through. They really bounce off each other very well. They're back and forth, the camaraderie, it's just really good. And, this is the type of movie that a lot of people look for, I think. You laugh, you cry, you get angry. he's a liar. He cried before I did.
It was Dustin Myers.
Yeah, definitely.
Popcorn buddy.
And then you get happy again. So it's got a lot of the elements that you look for when you're going to see a film.
Yeah, definitely. I have to agree there. There's a lot of different emotions that come with the movie, the way it's portrayed. And with Tiffany Haddish, there could be a typecasting for her, with some of the roles that she's played. I've seen her do a lot of the same characters that she did in Girl Trip.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, man, I don't really want to see this character again. Mm-hmm. She's funny as hell. I like everything that she's in, but, this is one of those actresses that's really good that you don't want to see get stuck in that type of role.
And she can sing.
Yeah.
Surprise!
So it was good to see her sort of play on that a little bit in this movie, but not really rely on it.
Yes.
It's kind of like The Kitchen. If you've seen that movie, a very good one where she plays the villain. So good. Mm-hmm. So, I was really happy to see her, kind of branching out a little bit. And like my wife said, she can sing. Half the soundtrack is by her.
Is her.
Yeah. Think a better version of Macy Gray.
Yeah.
Definitely.
She's really good.
Yeah. There seems to be like a trend going on in Hollywood. There's horror movies with nature and sticks. We've seen several of those over the last year. And that's very tough to pull off. And then there's been movies about dementia. Yeah,
we have The Father, Supernova.
Yeah.
And then this one.
Anthony Hopkins definitely knocked it out of the park with his portrayal. Yeah. But I have to say, Billy Crystal is right there, maybe right under him, maybe a little bit better.
You know what? Either way. You know what? If I had to go between the 3 movies that were done based around dementia, the disease of dementia, I'm going to give it to Billy Crystal in Here Today. And I think the reason for that is because The Father really is just about the tragedy of it all. There isn't, and Anthony Hopkins, I get it. He's not a comedic actor. So he's a very, he's very serious in his roles, when he's not playing a psycho serial killer. But with Billy Crystal in Here Today, we got to see that there's still life to live. Unless you decide to off yourself when you get this diagnosis, you're still going through the everyday of life, with your family and your friends and your job. And you have to navigate around that, even though you have this disease that in the end is going to kill you.
Yeah. Now, I had a conversation with Dave Hagen, promoter for Mopsomania, about this because we have some experience on both sides with this disease. And, we had both talked about not wanting to see The Father because of the topic and it going to be so heavy. Mm-hmm. And she made me go see it, just like Supernova. And this one here I really wanted to see because from seeing the trailers, you can see the chemistry and that it's going to be a very good movie. Mm-hmm. But of the 3 movies, this one is definitely heavier, I think, than the other 2.
It's heavier because there's a lot, there's a lot of backstory tragedy in Charlie Burns' life. And obviously we're not going to get into that, but go see the movie and you'll see what we mean.
Yeah. So what's your rating on it?
So I haven't done this yet, but I'm going to give this movie an A+.
Wow.
I would watch it again, even though it made me cry and I was afraid my makeup would run. But I would see it again. I would buy it. I absolutely just loved it.
First A+.
Yes.
Now, again, if you guys have experience with dementia and it's a hard topic, maybe not go and see this one.
Or maybe watch it at home.
Yeah, you'll need a box of tissues with it because it is going to tug on those heartstrings.
Yes.
An A+, huh? I'm going to have to agree. I'm going to go with an A+. So definitely worth watching. Now, if you guys happen to go catch it in the theaters, or if it comes to a streaming platform really quickly because of what's going on, let us know your thoughts on this film by putting those in the comments. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you tired of Tiffany Haddish's, her attitude in some of these films? Is Billy Crystal kind of underrated these days for what he's done in his career, and does he still have it? Let us know what you think by putting those in the comments. And the one thing that you need to do too now is like this video, subscribe by clicking on the button, and you want to see more reviews, and you want to see interviews with celebrities, and you want to see some of the cool shows that we got coming down the line that's going to be talking about pop culture, and even one about board game wars. That's going to be interesting.
Especially in this house.
So you definitely want to hit the notification bell so that you see the new content when it comes out and you catch all the fun things that we have planned for you here at NERDBOX. Until then, we'll catch you at the next movie.
See ya.
Bye.